Before this video starts, let's have a moment of silence for that Atlus employee that's probably gonna get fired for this colossal mess up. There. So, this happened. So the other day, the Summer Games Fest happened. We saw a whole range of stuff from Mortal Kombat 1 to Super Sonic Bros. U Deluxe to our very first look at the gameplay of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Overall, I think it was a pretty decent show. But something was missing. If you've been on Twitter or the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, it's been heavily rumored for a good while that a remake of Persona 3 and a new Persona 5 spinoff is in development. And recently, with the website domain with the name p3re.jp and p5t.jp getting updated, it was pretty much confirmed that not only do these rumored games exist, but they're also about to be announced really soon. We just didn't know how soon. They could have been announced at the Summer Game Fest or the Xbox Showcase 3 days later. So knowing that, we hope to see either of the games get announced the other day at the fest, but said announcements never came. So then it was obvious that they were going to be announced at the Xbox show. But then something really unexpected happened. Not long after the Summer Game Fest concluded, Atlus did what they know how to do best: mess up. They posted the trailers for both Persona 5 Tactica and Persona 3 Reload on Instagram. The trailers were quickly taken down, but you folks know how the internet works. Somebody downloaded the trailers and now they're trending on Twitter. So much for the surprise. But hey, at least we now know for a fact that it's coming and we can stop speculating and getting our hopes up based off of nothing but rumors. The funniest part about this whole thing to me is the fact that this ain't the first time we've seen footage of Reloaded. If you didn't know, very early footage from 2021 of Sega projects in development was leaked a month or two ago. We saw early footage of Sonic Frontiers, a new Jet Set Radio surprisingly, and a glimpse of Persona 3 Reload. At first everybody was hyped, but after a few days, most of us let our suspicions get the best of us and we concluded that the footage was fake. But as we learned after the Summer Game Fest, this footage was in fact very real. So we've had full confirmation of this game's existence in our hands for like a month before this, and we just blew it off after a week. I just find that fact kinda wild. But now let's talk about the game itself. I will talk about Persona 5 Tactica, but nobody cares about that game, let's be real. But yeah, first off, even though all the footage available of the trailer is from a really compressed Instagram video, this game looks really good in most areas. But if I had one question to ask about it, it's why did they use Unreal Engine for it instead of the proprietary one that Persona 5 uses? Don't get me wrong, the game looks good, and I could just be really used to Persona 5's art style, but I personally think a remake of Persona 3 would look leagues better than Persona 5's engine, especially given how good the protagonist already looks in the game. Also, the lighting kinda looks off in some areas. For example, the dorm just isn't this bright in the original. It doesn't need to be as dark and kinda gray and gritty as the original, but this is just too bright. And my last gripe with the visuals is the lack of shadows in some areas. Though that might be just that the footage we're looking at is from an older build. Hopefully it looks better when it releases next year. Overall, I think the graphics look good and it's a major step up from the original, but I can't say the same for the battle UI. It's just a major downgrade in almost every way. I get that they were going for a more convenient and easy to use battle system like Persona 5's, but it's just ugly to me. I'm sorry, but it just is. The one in the original looks much better. But other than that, the combat looks good and just about as fun as Persona 5's. Then we have the story and the extras. I really hope Atlus doesn't change much of anything to try to suit modern audiences since the game is pretty dark. And if they do add changes, I hope they simply just enhance what the original game had and did and leave it at that. Also, according to a few leaks, the Aigis and FEMC won't be in this game, meaning that this is just a remake of base Persona 3, which is really unfortunate, but hey, knowing Atlus, we might get them as DLC later down the line or even an enhanced edition in a few years like all the other mainline Persona games do. Either way, I hope at least FEMC comes eventually. I know a lot of folks really like her, so I'm rooting for her potential appearance. Also, fun fact, I haven't beaten the original since I accidentally deleted my 25-hour save file 2 years ago and I haven't played it since. But seeing this remake makes me want to go back and try to beat it before it comes out. It'll help me appreciate the remake even more than I do now. But yeah, other than the things I mentioned, this remake looks like a lot of love's going into it and I appreciate it. I can't wait to see more in the coming months and I hope it doesn't disappoint. Well, that's all I got to say for today. If you like this video, give it a like and go watch another one, and maybe subscribe while you're at it. I wish you a good day.